Alright, we should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. That's a strange sentence. My loyal assistant returns. There's a lexicon on the first floor that I need you to... Ah, you found something, haven't you? I would have gladly gone to get it. Absolutely. Welcome back to... Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. I think anybody else's response to that would be, what the frick is a Gleaner? But Krile knows, so it makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Y'shtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Tuan Alazay learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. What should we expect down there? A labyrinth. Oh, I would hate to spoil... Okay. I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. So is it a dungeon? Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. It seems like a dungeon. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Alza and try not to fall behind, okay? Oh my god, I am really trying hard to not fall behind. I think I would actually walk faster if I was... Surely this is a troll quest when they say that. Right? Over this way! Now we run. Try to keep up. Okay. Let's go! I'm gonna cheat. Oh, she's really going now. Oh god, go. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard. I did back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Welcome to the Hall of the Artifice. Should you be looking to descend to the Labyrinthos, the lift here will take you there. Ah, she seems nice. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go. Away we go. Holy shit, what is this?
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Oh, it's a dome. What
in
the
any age
fuck?
exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed.
This is sick, look at this.
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms.
Make
A
more
simple
room.
solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
Oh, wow, they have animals done.
Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
How deep is this? It must be near the Earth's core. This thing is huge. Yo. So is this like a fake sun? It's like a Dyson sphere?
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing, but I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
That's crazy.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma.
Can we make something like this IRL? Can we do this already?
It
This
was
is cool.
discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
What's in the lower levels? I feel like they could do so much more with this than simply like storage, like a water
Aren't
park
those
or something.
people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Very
Let's spread out
peculiar.
and get some answers then.
This is kind of like Animal Crossing music. It's so chill.
Ugh.
Krile?
Did you call to me just now?
In what way?
No.
Uh-oh.
How odd.
The music
I must
comes
be a bit
by.
dizzy from the descent.
It must be nothing. Must have been the wind.
I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
One thing, actually, I do know the Krile doesn't die, because I have done the Dawn Trail benchmark, unless that wasn't Krile, but that certainly looked like Krile, so that's a spoiler. Maybe she does die. Who can say? This is Soaking at his finest, I think. Yeah, it's like when we got those headaches during Stormblood patches. I'm sure it's nothing. We'll just continue. We'll just keep going to war. Don't worry about it. That was her brother, Kyle. Hey, little guy with my hair. He's my little minion. Minion of me. I'm guessing you can't explore this whole place, right? Maybe you can. It looks like there's pathways. Oh my god, you can. They even have aetherites. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Let me think. The ray seeds should be item 1058, cumin seeds 1059, snurlberry 1060, or were they 1061? Ah, my head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out than to carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Kurthan carrots for the Girabanyan carrots? What then? Your exchange with Teve has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of the Labyrinthos. She just seems like she needs a vacation. What do you got in those crates, huh? Nothing. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I'll haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. I've never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Ooh, damned if I knew the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Dawn Trail? You here to help or to give me more headaches? Because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. So they're exhausted. Orders came on high. Any luck too? What tales did the gleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Boo, boo, boo. I like this new quest complete theme as well. I hear the theme from Footfalls. We would do well to learn more of what, specifically, the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game 2, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Help the villagers. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! Okay. You wish to help me find the marmots? I've nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Gotcha, bro. The name is Erenville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Naxian marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack, gently of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard, there are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot. Or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. I didn't expect there to be beasts in this place. A bun boy. Didn't they introduce bun boys this expansion as well? They introduced Vieira before and then they did bum boys. He's kind of cute, honestly. What? Okay, finally. We can check out the OCE ping. Any clipping? And the battle music as well. I like it a lot more than the Shadowbringers one, I am not going to lie. So I wonder how this goes tonight though. Where's the moon part of it? If that's like the artificial sun? We get him this time. Squeak, squeak. Oh, we got him. More prepared for its speed this time. You succeed in closing the sack over the elusive quarry. Yay. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. He was a feisty little fecker. Ah, there's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Do we go straight for the bucket? Who tasked you to capture them? We need answers. Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who've had us working day and night of late. The honourable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, too. Is this the Gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I am Krile of the Students of Baldesion. The others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hoped that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? He seems like a well-rounded guy. Anyway, Judy calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. As is always the case. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So, we've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We've also discovered when the operation was begun. The Forum contacted the Gleaners Guild ship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the Telophroi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travellers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I am inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophroi declaration was what set it all in motion. It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower... Oh, migraine! It's just the wind. Krile, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. Nobody's like, hey Krile, maybe like we should get you checked out. No? We've been through this, guys. We keep overlooking these details. We followed the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Behold the Archeon. As Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. With those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. It's so crazy how this is like a zone, but it's like part of Sharlayan. They need ladder tech in Dawntrail. That's another ask I have. I see a Perogo. Greetings, we're here to peruse the Archeon's vaults. Peruse? You're clearly not Gleaners then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldesion. But is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? No, that service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for the moment, shall we? I'm thinking some breaking and entering. Students of Baldesion. Who is this guy? What does he know? Alize's pissed though. If they're going to close off facilities, they ought to announce it. The students must be furious. I think you're the one who's furious, Alize. We are not an impasse. As we have no other leads, I would like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. 'Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Okay. Inquire with the villagers. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archeon, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Squeal, squeal. That was a mouse, right? Honest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until Archeon is open again. What's that? Take you down in the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there though, shouldering a large pack engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with it, whatever it is he's doing. Quiet, you'll frighten it away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is close, very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with this sleeping dart. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie him weighed down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Are we doing Stormblood tech again? Aha! Okay, it was a distinct caw. Caw, it's him. Oh, it's not him. Delete that part of the VOD. Nobody saw nothing. Hit the... Ah, we got him, boys. He told you it was green? Ah. I'm colorblind. Yeah!
A fair shot.
Oh, he's a voice?
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Alright. Why'd I get the feeling he's about to die? Okay, he's not about to die. I thought someone was about to jump him.
There you are. Any new revelations?
Nope. Shot a bird.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Huh. Actually, a good point.
It's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
Why?
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum.
They're clearly killing the birds, right?
Projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Huh.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation, but judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Preparations to migrate to the south. That was a thought.
Why would you say that?
I did have a think. It seemed like they were gathering a lot of stuff.
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
Maybe they're doing like, maybe they're not moving anywhere, but they're gonna like hunker down or something, and then like maybe think that they can weather the storm and then rebuild afterwards, like it's a nuclear apocalypse. They're data center traveling too. They're going on a voyage.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is though. An assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Money.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels.
Give us the secret codes.
And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo,
Put us in
mayhap we
boxes.
could accompany you as your assistants.
I don't know if that'll work.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
See what I'm saying? Stuff us in some boxes.
I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
What's she thinking? She's got a plan, I know it.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos.
Okay.
While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the Medial Circuit below.
Into the
I never
mines.
even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome.
That was easy.
But consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Thanks, Erenville. Okay.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
I hardly think we're gonna get scared off by a mine shaft. We've literally battled Hades. Why do I never go with them? I'm always last. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. It is faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. I'm definitely not geared for this. The Medial Circuit, which Erenville mentioned, is the tier directly below us. Unlike the lowest level of Labyrinthos with its rigid security, one can usually roam the middle layer quite freely. Let us see what we might find. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we go on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Don't be spiders. That's all I ask. Medial. Ah. What is he? But we'll let the little guy be. No, I don't want to kill him. Noble Mithril Cop. Mushroom Fog. Okay, we forge ahead. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident, nothing of consequence at least, and as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the Medial Circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Erenville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Oh! Now I know where that person's Twitter account, all the pictures come from. I see. Now I know where we are. This is Medial Agronomics. Labyrinthos is a host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies and cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name. Only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts. Yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they knew something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. Not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? Secret mineshaft that nobody seems to notice even though it's right up there. The mineshaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields. But I'm afraid the forum has us filling order lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests. Literal wagon loads of crop samples and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. We still haven't really learned much. Huff huff. Do I have aught to be taken down below? More than I can carry. And then some. Most of our stock is sent off by the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. Odds hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising, given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modelled, a region in the south of Ilsabard. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. Used to be called Corvos before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amogus. The forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climate strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents, bundles of common seeds and saplings accompanied by sheaves of reports. Paperwork. The bane of humanity. Oh. Pretty. It reminds me of Hydaelyn.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Hello?
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heartblooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Heartblooms. He sounds like Ardbert.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, It mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change color. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair.
Ah.
Yet even with the collected wisdom of Sharlayan at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect.
Okay.
And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild.
I love how we're getting a biology lesson.
With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartblooms' secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Thank you, sir. Ah, what is the significance of these flowers? I feel like we're gonna find out.
Have you learned aught of interest? A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
Oh, maybe we're gonna have to go and see Matoya.
This is all very fascinating.
Maybe she'll know.
As it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
So we're screwed.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
Dad? Surely they could, right?
Isn't that the entrance to the Archeon?
Wait, is that our boy? Was he lying?
There. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
Do we just ask him?
Eavesdrop on their conversation?
Oh.
What of the risks?
Screw
Ours
it.
alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
I will join her.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
I love how she's thinking about like implicating him as well, or like not implicating him. So she says to Eavesdrop.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Because my first thought was, let's just go ask him.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Krile?
Krile?
Krile? Oh no.
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
Yes. Great
I'm glad
idea,
you
guys.
agree.
Tester, tester, tester.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
What's wrong with Krile, man?
Almost. I can almost reach you.
What does that mean? Ah. Someone get Krile a stool. Hey Krile, what's up? Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Erenville, weren't we? At least she got that. Is Krile still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her. But keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Erenville was headed westwards along the path outside Archeon. Come, we can still catch him. I like this song a lot. Hold a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. Aye, if I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we still have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanished spell were here. He's too busy reading, man. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Really? She could do this? Hippity hop, my little toads. She's Matoya, man. She's so Matoya. Goodness. Let's go, boys. Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not. It will wear off with the passage of time. How long? I got raid on Friday. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. It's like Krile has no control over it. She's just like, okay. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Okay, you've changed into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress the quest. Okay. Ribbit. Wait, we can speak? Ribbit? It is, it's Ribbit. Alfie Toad and Ollie Toad are now accompanying. Okay, can we speak with Krile? I would have enjoyed being a toad for a little while. Aw, if only for the change of pace. But he still is right, I'm too preoccupied with other matters. Ribbit! Guys. Guys, what do we think? We could prank them somehow. You guys down? Let's go. We can escape. It's like the penguins from Madagascar. Smiling up, boys. Smiling up. Okay, we made it. Woo! Hippity hop. Look at us, cuties. At least we can communicate. They'll never know. Who's this guy with a hat?
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work.
He looks like he's wearing one of those COVID things. Maybe this build was inspired by that, right?
So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
He's getting too inquisitive, boys. I hope he doesn't die because of it.
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty.
Well, they're telling him?
And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course.
Oh.
And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
I don't believe him.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the
Unionize. He knows. Ribbit. We're so inconspicuous. We're totally good at this. We're pros. Oh no. Ribbit.
I hope that was informative.
He knows!
You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Damn!
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart.
Or maybe he's just gone crazy and he's talking to a bunch of toads. I mean, you gotta look at it from both perspectives.
Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Guy's just on the pathway, speaking to some frogs. Yep, he's gone mad. Okay, revealed.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Wasn't our idea, it was just you stole her. You okay, Erenville? Why are you talking to a bunch of frogs, man? You doing okay? You overworked? I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. That's an important point. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Sharlayan has been called to action, and the Talafroy's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid, and not tell anybody about it as well. It's another important point. Ooh, we saw this in the trailer. This is the Forum. What duty could warrant the direct involvement from the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Krile for the moment, see what they think of this. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Krile, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bid her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. She is here. What is with these flowers in Krile? Huh? What you doing, Krile? Oh, you're not allowed to do that. We get us thrown out. What?
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Aww.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
She? Oh wait, is it Hydaelyn? It has something to do with Hydaelyn?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Oh.
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance.
Right.
Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment.
The music.
It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest.
The depths of the ethereal sea.
After Menphilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well.
So that's where she ended up.
And another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you.
What does that mean?
Take the flower. Walk free.
Walk free.
You are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine till the end, blinding and radiant.
I will.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away.
How did that happen? How did Krile, I guess the echo, but...
My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Hydaelyn herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked.
Yeah.
But at least she left us with a guide of sorts. That unusual flower.
So how's this flower going to guide us?
Yes, we are definitely making progress.
Okay.
You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Oh, they got arrested. Timely interruption as usual. Damn it. We were having a little moment. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, they look... Is that Dad?
Master Fortuno? What business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scion's entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization.
Oh god. We're going to trial,
aware
boys.
of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archeon custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Oops.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities.
Maybe we should have.
Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion.
Why, dude? Why?
And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will
They're gonna cut off our heads.
examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Gwaha.
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Oops. Little oopsie. Oh, shit.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
All right. We are not going to
Silence
convince
is
them.
often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse.
Why does he
enough.
not wear one?
This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Is he the leader? The Fall Guy shoes. Sin Eater music, I know. I have PTSD. Okay, so some shit is going to go down here, boys. Oh god. Yeah, they're all wearing them. Oh shit, this is some creepy shit. Oh, this guy isn't wearing. Who's he? Oh, there was another one that wasn't as well.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Hopefully. Oh, they'll smirk. Hee hee.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker
Barnier.
elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings.
Speaker-elect.
Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They
Oh my god,
entered our
Krile Hydaelyn, who
nation
done?
masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Yeah. Krile has hair? Do you guys know this?
These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they if not a dire threat to be expelled?
They are your son and your daughter, dude. Like...
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Oh, don't make Krile angry.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
Tell him, Krile.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
I love her, man. I love her.
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Mm-hmm.
Then it seems your findings
Ribbit.
support my own.
Oh, he found it as well. Dang.
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society.
But...
And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
Well...
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge.
Huh.
The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility.
Right.
I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives.
Okay. Why?
Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene.
You know what I think, maybe? Are they maybe trying to, like, preserve knowledge? Let's say the world ends, right? Apocalypse comes, world ends. You need to rebuild, and you need the knowledge to do that. Is that maybe what they're doing?
But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
Oh, that's very specific. What happened then?
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea.
Maybe they knew it was coming?
You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Damn it!
Mind your tongue, Archon.
Oh my god.
If you had seen...
What? Darth Vader?
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
How about you just tell us, bro?
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
She said the trailer thing.
Such misguided zeal.
Dude, look at Krile's hair.
Father, Master Fortuno.
No, go with the father angle. Play in on his emotions.
I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me.
You've come this far.
So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Who's this old fuck? Maybe he's a nice guy.
Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Maybe he is a nice guy.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand,
I like him already.
By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections.
Monty, my man.
Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given?
Exactly.
No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
It's a pity, though, that they're going to silently kill him off. Because conspiracies, shadow conspiracy stuff. But we won't forget him.
Order! We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points.
Valid, yes.
Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures.
Just tell us. That's all we want to know.
Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan.
Not even coffee?
You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
What do we get? That's not fair. I thought we were doing a deal.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
Who abstained?
Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
You bitch. You little bitches.
Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Although that was pretty close. So he definitely voted for or against the action, but who was the one who abstained? There's 99 of the. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Damn, we lost. Okay, Krile put her hood back up. I have a feeling Krile does this to like fake cuteness. You may encounter some raised eyebrows, but do continue to claim the students as your sponsor whenever the need arises. I believe in the guiding principles of the Scions, and I know my grandfather would have as well. Yeah, I did jump the gun a bit with our boy, Monty. Old Monty there. Who the fuck's this old fuck? My father may be right that I am still groping in the dark for answers, but I needed him to know that I would never stop searching. I owed that much to Erenville and myself. Thank the gods for Solark Monteshane. I absolutely loathe arguing in circles. I apologize for the trouble I've caused you. I was pondering the significance of what I had just read as I left the restricted section and knocked over the security mammoth on my way out. I promise to be more vigilant next time. Well, at least we have been allowed to remain in the city, and our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious studio of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the ethereal sea. Yeah, we did get a little tidbit of info. He really is a catboy though, you know, he knocks over everything. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn more of substance here in Sharlayan. I'm just glad she did the line from the trailer. That made it all worthwhile. The lecture, the mama lecture, I love it, man. She's so fucking hot, man. Stola, marry me. Okay, anyway, sorry. It's late. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may, his father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphino? Alize? It is you! Monty? Oh, hey. When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Who dis? Mother? Hey yo, it's late on a Sunday night, you know what I'm saying? Hey yo. Miss Levelure. Ameliance Levelure at your service. Wowie. Okay. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Oh god, she's... okay. Oh god. She's adorable as well. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you if word reaches father that you were here. Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Damn. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We will be back at the Annex when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure we... Two, what do you think? Two? She knows me! Let's go. I am the younger, hotter version, and she did marry Master Fortuno, so, you know? This is perfect. This is actually perfect. The setup could not be better. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. I know. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Oh my god, I'm entranced. Ah, but we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Two, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. Oh my god. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. I love her. I love her already. Sorry you stole it, you'll have to wait. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Yes! Alright, I already love this expansion. I apologize, my mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you two? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it. Will you accompany us on our visit home? Fine, if we're going then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall, no peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. Naughty paintings, Alfie, huh? I mean, never mind. The Levelure estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. Don't worry, I won't have much time, if you know what I mean. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment. came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. When Alize and I were little, this bridge was as far as we permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. Now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even, without a single servant in sight apart from me. This is not their house, is it? There's no fucking way, man. That is just not a house. This is a estate. Hey. And here you are at last. Please do come in. Wow. Do they really need all...
my lady.
They need all 10? She can be my sugar mama. This is great. This is perfect.
What? What are you gawping at?
Many, many things. Just admiring the craftsmanship. Indeed.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Definitely.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
She had flowers in her little thing as well. You guys see that?
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
No problem. Take your time. Absolutely. I will be down here with the Ameliance. Hey.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations.
What age do we think she is? Is there official lore on that, or is it guesswork? She can't be that old.
Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows.
Yeah.
It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience.
Yeah.
But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Oh, that's cute.
It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
We're absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Oh my god, look at this place. We're not just gonna stand here though, right? Oh, the trailer.
You mentioned gifts. I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
She got a new outfit.
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Trailer Alfie. Not Alfie, Alize.
perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
From the trailer, he didn't have anything new, right?
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore.
Or maybe he did, like, a little bit.
And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
The matching outfits.
See for yourself.
Okay, he did.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I actually do like it. I like it a lot more. She's good style.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
What is in the box? Is it a pair of shades? Oh, it's the siege things. Of course.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
That's cool how they incorporate this in.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
She's practical as well, I like it. Oh, wow-wee. Okay. The wink. I think that's the first time I've seen a character do that in this game.
These devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb.
I mean, it's not that hard, let's be real. Siege is fun, but
May
it's...
the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion.
Okay.
First,
Mother's advice.
Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance.
Are those flowers the same? Are they, what were they called, Nightbloom or something?
Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions. After they cannot be undone.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I like her. She's a little,
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Yeah.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
I don't want to leave. We just met. All right, have fun, guys. I'll be out in a minute. No. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Yeah, you should. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the Annex and rejoin our companions. They know. The writers know. I could just like tell the way they're doing it as well. The way every scene is set up. The angles. I am in love with this place, despite the shady undertones happening. This is maybe my favorite place that we've ever like the new hub. Enjoyed your time with the level viewers, I hope. Certainly. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelyn is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you scouted out the situation in Thavner, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Yay! Okay, well, that was honestly an awesome start to the expansion. You guys with your welcomes and everything, it's just insane every time. And it always manages to catch me by surprise. I love it. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate it a ton. Thanks to everybody who helped support during the stream and stuff. The new hub, Old Sharlayan, is amazing. I am obsessed with it. I think it's gorgeous. It's calming. I can see myself spending a lot of time here, honestly. It's just so chill. I love it. But yeah, like the story, we haven't gotten much yet. We've gotten little tidbits here and there with the Hydaelyn stuff, discovering a little bit about the Forum and things like that. But I like where it's going, and it's been a really pleasant questing experience. Like everything that I've read feels pertinent, and that I'm not needlessly reading dialogue boxes and paragraph after paragraph. So I'm really appreciative of that. It's been thoroughly enjoyable, this episode, and I'm really, really excited to head to Thavner with the boys on our day out. It's gonna be cool, it's gonna be fun, and see what we can get up to and see what that place is like as well. And as we approach the end, I am really just wishing that we get a chance with Alfie's mom. But yeah, that's gonna do us for episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and become a member if you want to help support the channel. Join the Discord. Check out the links in the description, all that good stuff. So I'll see you guys next time when we head over to Thavner in episode 2. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.